Welcome, everyone. My name is Shirley Simon. I take care of marketing communications at Path Infotech, and I will be moderating the webinar today. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. I hope you guys are safe, you're taking care of your family and your loved ones. A little housekeeping before we get started. The session is being recorded and your lines will remain muted during the session. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to type them in the question box. This should be in your control panels. There's a Q&A round at the end of the session, and we'll try and address as many questions as possible. Of course, we have a raffle draw at the end of the webinar for all the participants today. Now, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce to you two wonderful speakers that we've got today for the webinar. I have with me Abhinav Abhishek, who's a practice manager, technology solutions at Path. He brings in more than 14 plus years of experience in roles like pre-sales, program management, product design for enterprises with variety of technologies. Hi, Abhinav. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm good. Thanks, Shirley, for your warm welcome and having me here today.
Thank you, Abhinav. Welcome. We also have with us Manik Talwar. Manik is AVP Technology at Path with 20 plus years of experience working on various technology products, architecting and designing application for enterprises across various domains and functions. He's also part of the architecting and solutioning team for 24x7. Hi, Manik. How are you? Welcome to our webinar today.
Thanks, Shelley, for introducing me. Good morning, everyone. I would love to have a demo session today on this product. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Manik. Thank you, guys. Great to have both of you here with us today. Working remotely is the new normal. The overnight shift from working in an office to working from home or anywhere changed the dynamics of our lives. Along with the positives, it brought its own burden, both for the employee as well as for the organization. Employee productivity, time utilization, team collaboration, work commitments, compliance, all has come under the microscope. Our theme for today's webinar is Unlock Remote Workforce Efficiency. We'll be talking about what can make a difference for the organization and help resolve some of these critical issues of the current times. Now, without further ado, I'd like to request Abhinav if he can take the lead from here. Over to you, Abhinav.
Thank you, Shirley, and very good morning to all of you. Without taking much of your time, I'll directly jump on to your interest areas for which you have already registered for this webinar. For the next 45 minutes, I'll be taking you to this journey. And I don't know how many of you feel privileged to be at home, especially while attending webinars without usual disturbances, such as last-minute deprioritization of a webinar attendance, network issues, or even a ding-dong of call bell in between by your delivery boy at home doorstep to supply some essentials for your family. I really thank you all for making this out and by cutting down these all disturbances and joining this webinar. Today we will be taking you to some of the research data points on remote working. We'll share some pertinent insights for effective management of remote workforce by introducing 24x7 time and let you get a feel of the application and working by live demo with help of Manik Talwar. I would like to share some thought-provoking data points here today, which is an outcome of research done on remote work. So if we look at these data points here, there are two connotations to these data points. One, when work from home was luxury. And the second one, when work from home is a mandatory need in current times. During the pre-COVID era, where everyone used to feel privileged when they were allowed to work from home, I believe ITES organizations should have started this. Definitely doctors, consultants, lawyers have been doing some piece of work from home there traditionally. I have been seen also a couple of companies having more than 90% of their workforce working remotely or work from home. So now, contrary to that, when we are mandated to work from home, and also because of prolonged period of this work from home, brings us to a point to discuss more and more from productivity, work-life balance, certain compliances and regulations perspectives too. So if you look at it, 72% of organizations believe the impact of coronavirus pandemic will be felt beyond 6 months. And the single biggest concern for continued remote working is fall in productivity. Now, if we actually look at this and try to look at some of the additional changes has happened because everyone has started working from home, we'll give you some additional insights to discuss about this and wherein the practical challenges comes into the picture. The average worker starts work at 8:30 a.m. and ends its work around 5:30 p.m. That's a usual way of doing it. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the most productive days. And telephone calls are definitely, I mean, it has up by 230%. Relationship management activities is up by 176%. The email communication has gone up to 57% additional whatever it used to be earlier. Chat is up by 9% and it has also become a backbone of our communication within team and sometimes beyond team. So if we look at some of these evident changes in our usual work style because of adoption of this new method of working, that is work from home or work from anywhere. Now, the another part of story where I mean prioritization of a particular task becomes a critical area to think of. So figuring out what is important, what is urgent, not important. This was pretty much easier when we used to collaborate more in an office ecosystem within and beyond our teams also. And the fact of the matter is sometimes it is over stressed situations, sometimes it's pretty smooth. Additionally, we miss those water cooler chit chat which used to allow us in decompressing ourselves. And one of the most effective ways for workers can stay productive is by taking breaks throughout the day. And such method for employees to decompress for a moment and come back with a refreshed and ready to focus kind of situation has gone missing nowadays. At the same time, organizations are also keen to know what exactly their workforce doing in terms of their daily activities. Because at the end of the day, we need to definitely understand it that the business is also dependent on outcome of their resources to sustain as well as to grow. Our organization has been also getting through similar challenges for getting authentic insights of an individual to monitor and to have a balanced workforce occupancy within organization. With the various obvious thought to reap out the benefit of efficiency and quality outcome. I'll be taking a pause here for a poll and look forward to your active participation in that poll.
There will be a poll on your screens right now. I would request all of you to take a moment to kindly note your answers. Thank you so much, everyone. Abhinav, you can continue, please.
Yep. Thanks. So Path's R&D team also started looking for a solution to this particular situation, which we just talked about with the help of subdata point. There were many other considerations as well while conceptualizing this product, like it should be light enough, does not consume much of memory, so that our laptop performance remains as usual, as well as some various other compliances, productivity matrices, the mechanisms to not capture any personal information such as credit card details, passwords, as we usually browse for our personal needs, such as online banking, etc., while I'm working also. So the 24 cross 7 time actually brings in flexibility here of capturing data automatically from your system. So it is a data capturing tool with the secure and non-intrusive features there to serve individual as well as organizational insight needs. So if we look at the degree of automation we have built into this particular product is for auto collection of data from your system. Then it automatically syncs with the central server, and then it creates a real-time reporting on the data, whatever it is available on the central server. Now you will be surprised to know that this particular product, which has got an agent which is generally getting installed on the laptops, not is it's only approximately 1.4 MB in the total size of the application, as well as that it uses hardly less than 8 MB of the memory and 0.1% of CPU utilization at peak on my machine. That's what I have experienced. This light, fast, secure application for automated data capture and to provide you some insight of your daily activities on Windows or laptops and desktops gives you immense flexibility to have some insight from the system. And let me walk you through to its capabilities for adopting this particular change in the new normal. Apart from that, it also brings in flexibility to adopt you for on-premise setup, as well as you can opt for a cloud-based setup, which is available as SaaS. So if we look at it, what kind of data insights we are actually generating out of this particular system? We are picking up this data from the system. We are picking up data of the users and their corresponding activities. So we get to know user machine's name, user machine IP address, username, and then corresponding applications, what all applications when it's browsing, process names, the process types, process categories, what active time he was on particular application. So that way, and you can also define process types like productive and non-productive. Also, we have been ripping out this particular benefit of having quantitative data available. We are taking it as an input for generic productivity benchmarking. Objectives and key results mapping also can be done with the help of some input available from this particular product. So in all, you get a hold of your actual machine on which your employees is working. You get to know what all applications he or she is working on and for what amount of time. You have a pre-configured process types for productive and non-productive hours. Then you have view available for active and inactive time, and there are many more. Utilizations could be there. Now you are equipped with the critical insight without invading into personal data of one, so that you can derive inputs for your planning, compliance, and some decisions as well. Further, within our organization, we are using our own internal BI capabilities to draw various mix and matches out of this data, which is near to actual productivity, care assurance based on this particular captured data. And we also, experienced that every organization has different demands of data, consumption methods, and for which you can export data in Excel or CSV for further analysis, or maybe it can be utilized for direct consumption. So I'll be taking you what all configurations and security measures are available in this particular product. The thought to keep minimal implementation time, we attempted to keep it simple and easy to configure without bringing much complexity of a typical enterprise software solutions, so that you can go ahead and start it immediately. So you can go and create your organization within this product, and then after, you can map your different locations. Then you can also configure different departments here. You can have your hierarchy maintained inside it, the employee hierarchy. Then you can also categorize different type of processes according to your organizational focus areas. So and it doesn't get completed without having a security block there. So secure way of doing the same is most important. Hence, you get a pre-built mechanism of security, be it application level or data at rest, data in transit, or data in motion. As you get to end-to-end encryption available in this particular product. For application level security, you can have a role-based permissions implemented here. You can go and create a different groups and departments. You can have a down hierarchy view so that no one else looks up hierarchy or a larger team's data. Then you have all authenticated user in the system. It provides you flexibility to have a auto login and ID and password based login. You can also have an external authentication with the help of integration with your existing LDAP or Active Directory or your IDM, or for that matter, I mean your own custom authorization and authentication tools which you have already implemented. And it also provides you flexibility to integrate with your existing HR applications and other task management tools. Additionally, the common challenges with workforce working remote is with the internet. That's where 24/7 time provides you flexibility of a data capturing capabilities in both modes, whether it is online or offline. While taking data offline, it automatically sends the information to central system after getting required internet connectivity. I'm sure you people must be curious to see how exactly this product works. I'll take a pause for poll here and also give you a break from my talking and relaxation to my vocal cords. So it's a yeah. So we look forward to your active participation in this poll.
Guys, there's a poll in front of your screens. Can you please take a moment to respond? Thank you so much, guys. Abhinav can kindly continue.
Yeah. So for live demo, as we discussed earlier, that I'll lean on Manik for this to show 24/7 time in action for us to uncover it better and to feed in our excitement as well. Over to you, Manik.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks, Abhinav, for giving the insights about the product. So I hope everyone is on my screen. So I will walk you through the live demo for this 24/7 time product. So mainly, as Abhinav said, we have two sections about this product. One is the basically the agent which is running on my desktop, uh, as it is shown on my screen. And another part is the application part where all dashboards, reports, your configurations, all those things you can do as a part of your reporting and analysis. So let me start with my agent. So this is one agent which is running on my screen. So if you will say it is the heart of the product, and mainly it is deployed in two methods over our system. So one is in auto login mode. Likewise, few organization requires that whenever the user logs in into his laptop or a system, automatically that gets popped up as a part of a startup application. So person need not to log in into this. Based on the Windows authentication, automatically that gets logged in and accordingly start doing the capturing the details or the working about the user, what all he has worked on this machine. Another part is some organization are interested into where they are looking more with respect to the compliance, that at a day beginning they want to start the login into the utility, and once the day is over, then in the day end they want say actual login logout from this. So based on that, they want to map it, this login and logout time with their attendance or other compliances as per the organization HR requirements. So as of now, I've shown you about the demo about the manual login logout feature where I need to log in into this utility at a day beginning. So I just logged in into this utility. So as of now, if you will see, we have done the AD authentication into this agent. So once that AD is authenticated, there I have logged into this utility. It will be shown as a small utility in my history. You will see over here in the down section. Okay, so this is what I have to do. And if I log it into, click on this utility again, it is shown that it is already logged in. That's why this logout and break button is coming. So break button is basically, if you will see that I need to take a break in between my day. I can click on this break and or if you want to do some private work onto your system or your machine, so you just click on this break. The system will stop capturing the information about all the processes or application which you are actually working on that. And once you are resuming this, it will again start capturing the information about your working details. So this is about that. So you can do multiple login logout throughout the day. So that's not a challenge. For reporting, will take minimum login and maximum logout time for the day for all your reporting prospects. Okay. So other parties, as Abhinav has also mentioned, it's so during the for the login, it will be require a actual internet over your machine. So because I have implemented a AD authentication for that, but during the day, if you don't have any internet available or you are traveling during the day or doing some other work on the days, there is no challenge. System will capture all the information and store it as an encrypted data onto your machine. Once the internet is available, either during the day or maybe the next day, automatically all that file gets synced to the central repository, and then it is available for all the reporting and everything. So there is no as such challenge if you will see if you are traveling or you don't have a internet availability for the day. So that is not a challenge. Other than that, for the data encryption, which we are taking as a part of this on our desktop, we are applying a encryption logic over there. No one can access this other than the admin. So with that reason, it is highly secured and everything for the data which is captured by this agent. So now, since this is more about the utility part or the agent part as of now, so all the workings which is done throughout the day by you, it is capturing all the information. So based on the capturing date time, your active time on that processes, all that information gets synced to the central system or a repository, and then based on that we can show you the reportings and all dashboards for analysis or some other work or any other compliances required by HR. So let me quickly go to the uh, application part. So I have logged into my application with a user. Here also it is again authenticated by the AD. So I've logged into this application. So menus are shown with respect to this my application. These are some masters, then role and management. So I need to focus more about the reporting parts. So because from here I can see and view what all actually I am doing throughout the day. I can do the self-assessment of my, I can do my self-assessment and how I am performing throughout the day, what all processes actually I am working throughout the day, what is the segregation of the work done, distribution of working throughout the day. So this way I can see and identify where are I have spent my whole day out there. I just click onto this employee view, or it is showing me the my view for the previous day. So date is coming as 13th July. So as a start, I have started my work at 9:55. So this is my login time for yesterday, and my logout time is 22:46. So the difference of these login and logout is my total working over here. But if you will see the desk time, so this is the actual work which I have done on to my machine. So based on that, system is capturing what all processes, what all application actually I am using or I am accessing throughout the day, and based on that, this desk time is captured for the day. So out of this desk time, what all is my productive hours, that is shown over here. And say based on the configurations into the system by the admins or other team managers, so it is showing this as a non-productive hour. So out of this, based on my total desk time, and this is the organization. Some organization will define 8 hours as working. Some are considering as 9 hours. So based on the configuration into the system will capture the how much is my productivity for the day. And based on this productivity, depending on the non-productive hour, it is giving me the efficiency percentage of my for the complete day. So this is the single snapshot about my total working. We'll go into the further details that how this is coming or what all I have done for the day. So it is showing me the complete view. I can go and see my some other days view also. Likewise for this 10th of July, this is my start login time, my logout time. Accordingly, my desk time is coming over here, and accordingly the productivity and efficiency for that on that particular day. So it is giving me the complete snapshot. Okay. Now let me go downward. So where I am saying this is another view for that particular day where it is shown that how I am performing on an hourly basis on that specific day. Likewise, if I want to see that this is the view about I am working on my Microsoft Teams where I am basically doing the meetings with my team or some other meetings I have attended. So how is the distribution about an hourly basis on that particular day? So it is showing me that part. Then if I want to see for some other thing like some PPT I have done for this particular hours, I have done some other work likewise. This is, I am surfing something onto the Microsoft Edge. Then this is from uh, 3 p.m. to around 9 p.m. in the night. I have done something on the Excel, creating some work regarding reporting and all those things. So with this view, we can see the hourly basis about my utilization. Uh, so based on the processes and the applications which I am actually accessing and using throughout the day. Now I will come to the another view about these processes. It is showing me that what all processes or applications I am actually doing most of my efforts throughout the day. Likewise, if you will see, it is 180 minutes, 185 minutes rather. So I have spent more than 3 hours in a day on the Excel working, creating some reports or whatever. And another is then second thing is I have done most of my work in on Teams and second on Teams for the meetings and all those things. So other is in a separate color, if you will see that is in a red color, it is showing that this is a non-productive work which is defined as an admin for that. So that will be treated as a non-productive, which is shown as a in my top view as my non-productive work. So likewise, if for example in during the break time, instead of putting that break and resume, you are not doing anything. And automatically, as per your organization policies, your laptop gets locked after every 5 minutes of inactive time, or some organization are putting it as 10 minutes. So based on that, system will capture the log app process also. So based on that, that will also be treated as a non-productive work for the day, or you can say an inactive time for the day. So this is one view about the process-wise or application-wise. Below section, one more view I have shown where it is giving me more with respect to that how the my process categories throughout the day. Likewise, if you will see from this report for 10th of July, I have seen. So most of the time I am working on my office apps, then in second in my meetings, then mails, and then browsing or doing some internet working on that. So this way, the further categorization of processes is defined. So based on that, I need to see how I will optimize my day and where do I spend and how I can go for the further days, uh, and accordingly optimize the my working over. So there is another section which is shown as undefined over here. So which is basically there are some processes which is still not defined by the admin. So admin, once that is defined that this will be gone into which category. So accordingly, this much time will either go into these categories or with some new category if admin wants to maintain. Accordingly, that is shown onto the process category view. On the right section, this is more with respect to the compliance perspective, where at all processes which is not a part of my organization, which is not mapped with my organization needs. So based on that, that will be treated as a non-compliance process, or it will be likewise, it is shown as to be validated. So admin need to work onto this or see whether it is gone into the compliant or non-compliant categories. Accordingly, it is shown further for further reportings. Yeah. So this is more about the my view. If you will see, uh, I can go and see for any day over here from my view. Let me go to the another uh, report dashboard, which is treated as a non-manager view. So since as a manager, I want to see that how my teams are performing and what is their productivity, how they are working, whether they are actually doing work throughout the day or not. So I can have a single view about all my team members who are under me. So based on the details shown over here, I can see that how who all is what all are their productivity for that particular day. So likewise, these people are around providing 75 to 80% of their productivity. Rest are giving the less productivity. Definitely, this depends how what is the nature of your the work which your team is doing. Likewise, if you will see, we have some teams who has more work on the communication and calling and other part. There are some teams where they have some field work, more field work throughout the day. So based on that, definitely this productivity is shown less. But we have a parameter where we can say that based on the team's actual working, we can define how much buffer we can add it while calculating the productivity and efficiency with respect to that team. So accordingly, that will be defined into the system, and based on that, you can see and view different kinds of teams with different nature of work, and accordingly, you can show their productivity and efficiency. So, if you want to see the further detailing about this, your team members, so likewise, I want to see some information about this person, that how he is performing, where all he is working. So I can again go into my previous view and instead of my information, I can see my team members' information over there. So now the dashboard for my team member is shown where he has started his work as 10:30 and closes at 6:47. So based on that, I can see where all he is involved. I can see his complete day work also, how he is performing. So basically, if you will see in the evening, he has spent most of his time on doing the work, but morning he has spent less time over the work, working. Or if he is out of, so basically, if he is out for some work, definitely that will be also shown from here. That will be shown as a blank processes for that particular period. Accordingly, I can see and view his detail where all he has spent most of his working day. As from this dashboard is shown, most of the time he has spent on the emails and other things, then further on to the office apps. Okay, so this way I can see and view my team members report. Now, in the team view, there is a lower section where it is showing me about the absent team members detail. Uh, So the persons who are actually not using this system or they are absent for the day, that will be shown under in this section in the lower section. So maybe I need to, the persons who are on leave, that's fine. But for the people who are not logged into the system and they are not following the organization compliances, so we need to do a follow up with the teams either through HR or by the manager. So based on that, they can start using the system and accordingly that will come under the top portion as their productive. So this is about the manager view. Now another view, if you will see, it's a productivity view and we have I can see the productivity of my team for the specific days or a range of days. So I can do that. So based on that, if you will see for this specific, I am seeing that how these 2 days are shown for with respect to my team members' productivity. So it is showing me that 2 people are working satisfactorily for that, 4 are as average. So basically, this is defined how I am maintaining my process. Likewise, for if people are actually doing productive for more than 80% for the day, I am treating as an satisfactory. If they are in between 60 to 80%, that will be treated as an average. Or the persons who are absent or not using this, that will be coming under the less productive, or you can say it is an absent. So lower section will show me the details about the persons who all are actually doing good for the day or for the week and who all are actually doing an average performance for this and the people who are absent that will be shown as a less productive or zero productivity you can say. So this is another view about the productivity of my team. Similar lines, if you want to see the team's availability part, so which is similar, I have mentioned earlier for that. So people who are available for full day, for short day, or for absent. So that's why we can show them details. I can see from the lower section. So for that specific day, this person is actually doing the full day working, whereas other team members are only doing it for short day, or maybe the login log, if you are going with the login logout time, maybe they are giving the complete 9 hours working for the day, but since they are actually not doing uh, most of the time they are not doing the work for that particular for that 9 hours range, so that's why it is treated as a short day working for that. team member. Now I will move to the department view. So since as a department head, if I want to see that how my complete department team is working, where all they are actually, how they are performing, what is their productivity, all those things. So I can have a single snapshot where I'm saying 4 people are doing good, 3 people are doing average. Maybe I need to discuss with them, need to track the things, and accordingly we need to see how we can improve their performance. Definitely for getting the performance, availability is must for that. So from here also I can see that thing also. So this is the another view about the process category where I can see where which all applications or the processes where most of my team is spending. Likewise, from this thing, if you will see, most of the time people are spending on the office apps over there. Then next is maybe around 30 to 30% is they have spent on the emails, and then on the browsing, some efforts on the meeting. Undefined, as I have mentioned, based on the admin, that will be gone further into this. So this is another view. And regarding the compliance, if you will see, since as an organization, I am restricted to use any Dex or a Zoom meetings over there. So, but few people, team members are still using that. So it will be shown as an non-compliant. So I need to see and look into that. Maybe that people will align with my organization requirements, so they can move to other team meetings or other, you can say, tools and technologies to fulfill that. So this is another part which is still not considered where or it is gone. So accordingly, based on the admin part, this year it gone into whether it is compliant or not. So lower section will give me the team view details about the complete department. So I can see likewise we have shown into the manager view. In manager, you have details about the your immediate team members only, but here it is showing you the complete department, each and every person details over here. Similar kind of that absent team member view is also shown for the department. So likewise, there are some further filters if you want to narrow down my filters over here. Like, for example, I want to see the team members who are only at the Noida location. I think it's a bit slow, yeah. So all my dashboards are now showing the data for the people who are actually sitting at Noida or mapped with the Noida location. So accordingly, these filters are getting changed. I can see and check for a particular department. Likewise, if you are a department head of multiple departments, so maybe you can filter on a specific department, and then based on that, your information about that team members are shown. Likewise, few papers are gone from there because only from the HR department it is now showing that. So this is the details about the department. Yeah. So rest is more with respect to roles, masters. So we can define multiple masters over here. See from the process category master, as I have already shown you that masters, you can define the processes. You can define whether it is a what is the category of all that processes, whether it is compliant or non-compliant. Accordingly, if you want to do some employee hierarchy, rather this is still with the admin. So based on that, it gets completed. So with this, I am through with my demo. So maybe I will need to request Shelly to go for the polling for this demo.
Thank you so much, Manik. That was quite an insightful demo. I have a quick poll on your screens right now for the audience. If you guys can please take a moment and submit your answers. Thank you so much, everyone. I'd like to thank all of you for your responses. Thank you so much. And I also like to thank Abhinav and Manik for the engaging session. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing such useful information with all of us and letting us go through um, the application as well. I'm going to take some time now to take questions from the audience. Now, just a slight reminder to everyone, please be sure to type your questions in the question box in your control panels. Okay, it looks like we have some questions coming in. I have one question coming in from Amitabh Srivastava. He is asking, is it possible to get bifurcation of usage within an application like Explorer, whether it is being used for a defined access or non-productive usage? Manik, would you want to take that up?
Yeah, Shirley, can you please repeat the question?
Yes, of course. Amitabh is asking, is it possible
Yeah.
to get bifurcation of usage within an application like Explorer, whether it's being used for a defined access or non-productive usage?
So as a utility, if you will say, we are capturing the process and which is basically showing as an Internet Explorer, and accordingly, what all is people searching for that. So that URL I have captured as a part of this. So based on that segregation, you will define that which all is aligned with your organization or which all you want to take as an allowable. So, so that is an offline work. If you will see, we can provide you the details of which you can fetch from this application and further do some segregation or utilization of that data. Yeah.
Thank you, Manik. I hope, Amitabh, that answers your question. I have another question coming in from Mr. Rajendra Kumarandhiran. His question is, I think he missed the beginning part of our presentation. So he's asking, does it work only with VPN connections?
No,
So,
so to answer this question, yep.
yeah,
Please,
Vinay.
Mani, go ahead. Please, Mani, go ahead.
Yeah, so as such, this utility can be utilized with VPN also. So only thing is that connectivity needs to be required. So wherever you are hosting your central APIs, if you want to go through the VPN, accordingly it will go. So there is no as such challenge. Either you can go directly, you can host your central APIs into the internet and then VPN is not required. But if you want to sync it with the through VPN, that can also be done. But the only challenge is when the people are actually offline or not into your offices, then it will be difficult for So the data capturing is there, but then it gets synced when actually these people are connected to the VPN. Yeah, I
Okay,
hope
okay.
I've given.
Uh, Thank you so much, Manik. Mr. Rajendran, I hope this answers your question. I have another question coming in from Yogita. She is asking, this is a user-based application, and if someone tries to uninstall it, does this notify the admin?
So as we are saying that this will be installed by the admins, and users doesn't have an access to do any change or anything onto their machines. So that will be a restricted one. So users cannot do anything or any change onto this. Even they cannot do the uninstallation of this agent onto them.
Okay, okay. Yogita, I hope this addresses your question. I think we have time for at least one more question. Um, okay, I have one coming in from Rahul. He is asking, is this taking care of the issue when the resource is working on highly secured projects? There are a lot of websites, especially the banking sites, which can detect monitoring tools running in the system. Manik, would you want to take this?
Yeah, there is no as such challenge with this because we are not capturing the actual working about when you are actually doing some banking transactions and other things. So only thing is we are capturing that what all process you are using, likewise your internet or Google or Chrome, and then which all your URL you are actually accessing through the. So this is the only information we are capturing. We are not capturing that what actually you are doing onto that browser. So there is no challenge with that application. Rather, with our application, if you are doing some personal work on.
Okay,
Yeah, I
thank you so much, Manik. I hope this addresses your question, Rahul. I think that's all the time that we have got for the questions. I want to now quickly move on to the raffle draw. As we announced in the beginning, we have a raffle draw for all the attendees. You have a chance to win for your organization freemium services, 45 days for 50 users. I'm just going to take a pause to draw out the names. I will kindly request all of you to kindly bear with me. Just give me a few moments. I'll pull out the names for the winners. Okay, I have some names now. I will be drawing out. Just give me a second. Okay, the first name that we have as a raffle winner is this is Mr. Vikram Thakur from Rico Appliances. Congratulations, Mr. Vikram. Okay, now another name. I have another name. I have uh, Rajendra Kumarandhiran from Fujitsu as another raffle winner. Congratulations, Mr. Rajendran. I have another name. Okay, this is Mr. Amitabh Srivastav from Sony India. Congratulations, Mr. Amitabh. I have one more winner coming in. Okay, I've got another name. This is Sneh Suman Srivastava from Oriental Structural Engineers. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations to all the winners. We'll be reaching out to you separately to share more details of the prize. With this, I come to the end of the webinar. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining us, for taking the time from your schedules. We really appreciate you being here. And I really hope that you found the session interesting and informative. I'd like to thank Abhinav and Manik also for leading us through this webinar. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. If you have any questions or would like to share your business challenges with us, please feel free to write to us. You can reach us at rahul.kumar7@pathinfotech.com. The email ID would be up on your screens right now. Thank you once again, everyone, and congratulations to all our 4 winners of the raffle. Have a good day, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.